I didn't plan to take 2 trips back to back in a week, but my life seems to be all or nothing at the moment, so when the opportunity arose, I couldn't say no. Instead, I packed 2 suitcases and hoped the timing would work out. And luckily for me, it did. The first trip was incredible. I ate and swam and napped for days on end, with no phone notifications, no emails to check, and no work to do because I physically couldn't. I didn't have Wi-Fi and I had no plans to try and get it. We're plugged in every hour of every day, so I wanted to give myself the chance to live without reception for a bit. And gosh, do I already wish I could go back and do it all again. Honestly, the trip to Canberra couldn't have come sooner. I've spent the better part of a year going through rounds to try and get a national scholarship to study and build connections overseas. While I didn't even think my expression of interest would be selected by my university, I've been lucky enough that I passed through each round and ended up as one of the finalists receiving the scholarship. That accomplishment wasn't without a lot of work and endless help from others. However, at this point in time, I was stressed that all that work would be for nothing, because even though I'd been invited to train in Canberra, undertaking an exchange felt like the last thing in the world I could do. There was so much paperwork to fill out and people to get approvals from. I was just waiting for someone to tell me it was no longer possible, that I'd missed some secret deadline and therefore the whole opportunity. Luckily, those fears were dimmed at the conference, and I met other scholarship recipients who told me I wasn't alone in that overwhelm. Some had thought their trips were just as hopeless, and within a couple of days, all had been settled. It gave me the burst of confidence I needed to keep chipping away at it, no matter how exhausting it was at times. Speaking of exhausting, the training was amazing, and I met so many fascinating and ambitious people. But the multiple networking sessions, chats and breaks, and constant hum of others zapped my social energy so fast. By the time I got back to the apartment where I was staying, I felt like I could have collapsed. But instead, while all the other social scholars went out for dinners and games, I kept working from my bed, trying to ensure this incredible opportunity to be sent to another country didn't slip through my fingers. formal cocktail event tonight, which means I can't wear another crinkled dress, so I'm going to try my best to iron this. I thought it would be nice to talk about what's been going on, I guess, and hopefully not burn myself and all my that works. Oh, that's incredible. I have one more day left in Canberra and I'm doing training for a new Colombo Plan scholarship. I got to go and study in Japan for, hopefully later in the year. Fingers crossed, we'll see. But I'm doing the training for that and it's really cool. It's been such a great networking opportunity and really amazing to hear from all the alumni, I should say. But it is exhausting talking to well, obviously we're not talking to all the people, but there are 200 people in the one room and you're talking to just about everyone at every turn, just saying, hi, this is my name, this is the uni I go to, this is the uni I'm going to go to, this is for how long, and then trying to remember all that. It's just a lot, and I wasn't made to do all that, but that's okay. But tonight we are going to go to the old Parliament building to network more. So I'm gonna finish ironing this and hopefully I will not be late. I missed the bus. I'm back in my room because I missed the buses. So I'm trying to find a taxi now. The training consisted of multiple sessions on staying safe in other countries, networking with alumni, DFAT members and other government officials, and, my personal favourite, workshops where we could ask alumni about their experiences with language training or internships, or just general life things. Even though I was intimidated by the thought of moving to another country, I was struck by how every single person who had been a scholar before couldn't encourage the opportunity enough, with the people they met and experiences they had overseas truly changing the trajectory of their lives. My favourite part about the whole experience was how welcoming and open everyone was. It didn't matter that I had never met someone before, or only met them a day ago. I could go up and introduce myself to anyone, and they'd happily engaged in conversation, introducing me to others, going to my possible host location, or sharing the details of their trip. I definitely felt a bit of imposter syndrome after learning everyone's fancy degrees and hearing their achievements. But when I expressed that to some girls, they said they felt the same. And it was another great reminder that we're all in the same boat, trying our best to grow into the shoes that we've so generously been given. I didn't know it in the moment, but some of these people and the connections I forged with them would be the only thing that got me through the final part of my week. Our flight, which was supposed to go from Canberra to Gold Coast with a stopover in Sydney, got delayed. Then cancelled because of a storm, even though we were so close to leaving that we were on the plane and I had eaten my plane snacks.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, the further updates. Just to advise you that our flight QF 1450 to Sydney has been cancelled by our operations team.
Luckily, we were given two options: stay another night in Canberra or catch a later flight to Brisbane that night and figure out our way home from there. I'm so grateful that I wasn't alone during this time, because at this point, I was so tired and wanting to get back to my home that everything felt impossible. Luckily though, I was with two lovely girls from my university and we decided to stick together, catching the flight to Brisbane so we could get home as soon as possible. They ended up offering me a spot in the ride they had arranged to get out of Brisbane, taking me back to my university instead of leaving me to catch the train back alone. I can't express the gratitude I felt for that, then or now. We made it to Brisbane Airport. I'm so tired. I just want to be home, but it feels so close now. Just a car ride away. Then, to further prove how lucky and loved I am, I was picked up from university at 12 a.m. and finally taken to get some sleep. Even with an extra night away, I was so happy to get through the final stretch of my journey and make it back to my house the next morning. And believe me, I didn't leave my bed for the rest of the day. All or nothing, remember?